Good evening, everyone. This is Robert, RJL 518, welcoming you to another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1981 Pennant race is on the air. Today's date is September 15th, 1981. We are now in the middle of the pennant race month, and now every game we play will be one game per every 2 days of baseball instead of 3. We are at Arlington Stadium for a very important American League matchup between the Oakland Athletics and the Texas Rangers. Let's take a look at the standings at this time. In the American League West, the Athletics at 58 and 34, a 7.5 game lead on the White Sox right now. Oakland does have a magic number. Their magic number is 12. The Rangers are at 46 and 41. They are 2 back of the White Sox, but only a half game ahead of California for that third spot. So right now, all the top 3 teams are very neck and neck with each other here. Oakland will probably win this division, but the White Sox, Texas, California, and Kansas City, 4 teams fighting for 2 spots. The American League East, very close. Red Sox only a half game lead on the Yankees. Detroit has a 3-game lead on Cleveland. The Indians have not been playing very well. They're now 3 back. The Milwaukee Brewers still have an outside shot, but they are 4.5 back of the Tigers for third. In the National League, the Cardinals only a 1.5 game lead on the Phillies. Pittsburgh 4.5 back of St. Louis. Cardinals and Phillies fighting for the number 1 spot in the NL East. Pittsburgh, pretty much these 3 teams are going to make the playoffs, as Montreal, the Mets, and the Cubs are too far back to be of any notice. The National League West is a mess. The Dodgers are 2 ahead of the Braves. The Reds, the Astros, tied for third at the moment. The Giants, a half game back of third. A big mess here. Dodgers and Atlanta look like they'll make it. Cincinnati, Houston, and San Francisco, 1 team out of those 3 will get to the playoffs. But still, anything is possible here on Inside Pitch. Steeler fan and BB Baby join us here at Arlington Stadium for tonight's very important AL West matchup. Texas historically won this game. They clobbered the A's. The Rangers, 12 runs, 18 hits, and 1 error. Oakland, 2 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors. But that was historical. Who knows what might happen tonight? So let's get things underway here at Arlington and deep in the Lone Star State. Starting pitcher for the Texas Rangers tonight was Charlie Hough. He only had 5 starts in 81, and this is one of them. 4 wins, a loss, 1 save, a 2.96 ERA. He got the call tonight. More of a relief pitcher than a starter, but he got tonight's start. Are we ready for some baseball? Let's get right to it. Leading off for the Athletics, left fielder Rickey Henderson, the best leadoff hitter in baseball history. Henderson, .319 average, 6 homers, 35 RBIs. He had 56 stolen bases that year for the A's. Blue, white, and red dice for the Rangers. They are the home team. Let's get started in this key AL West matchup. Hough, a 1-6 wild pitch, ball 1. Hough will do it again, 4-3, strikeout 20. Henderson is too high. Arlington Stadium, no adjustment to strikeouts, -3 to walks, and -1 to homers. Henderson a 6-1, and that's going to be a leadoff base hit for Henderson, as Henderson will lead off the game with a single. And, of course, the very dangerous Henderson on base. Next batter for Oakland, center fielder Dwayne Murphy. .251 average, 15 homers, 60 RBIs in 81. Infield goes to double play depth. Henderson, a definite stealing threat, needs an 11 to get the jump. He got it, and I'll send him. 14 plus 1 is 15. The Texas catcher is Sundberg. He's got a great arm, -2. So this would be a 1-13 for Henderson to steal second base and Guts gets under the tag with a 12, and Henderson will steal. First stolen base for Henderson as he goes ahead and takes second. And now we'll re-roll the strat, takes away the double play depth. He needs a 5 or lower to get the jump for third. He actually got it, but I'm not going to send him to third. I will keep him there. Hough will make the pitch to Murphy. And that's a 3-4. Strikeout 10, and he got him. He gets Murphy on a K, and that's the first strikeout for Hough, and out number 1. Next up for the A's will be their designated hitter, Cliff Johnson. 260 average, 17 homers, and 59 RBIs. Henderson does not get the jump this time. He'll stay put. Hough with the pitch. 6-5, range play. Johnson will swing. 3-2, and that is a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Mark Wagner of Texas. His range is a 2, and he got it on a 1, makes the play, throws to first for out number 2. Henderson, a 5 on the dive, will make him go to third with that speed. 2 outs. What a nice play by Wagner. On a ground out to short, but that does not allow the run to score yet. Next batter will be right fielder Tony Armis. 261 average, 22 homers, and 76 RBIs in 81. Might as well get used to the Athletics. They will once again pretty much make the playoffs. So now we'll see what the A's have here. Hough, first I'll go ahead and see if there's a strat. Nope, nothing there. Hough with the pitch. 6-5, that's a range play again. Armis, 2-6, and that ball is hit to left field. That is a 15. Against a righty, it's way too high, but it's going to be a fly out to left. But it's a range play, and that's going to be for Tom Poquette in left field for the Rangers. His range is a 3. He makes the catch. Side retire. A leadoff single by Henderson, but they can't bring him in a stolen base. No runs and a hit for Oakland as they strand a runner there at third, and we go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Oakland Athletics tonight was Brian Kingman. 3 wins, 6 losses, a 3.95 ERA. He got the call for tonight's matchup. Leading off for the Rangers, second baseman Bump Wills, 251 average, 2 homers, and 41 RBIs in 81. Kingman will make the pitch. It's a 3-1, strikeout 9, and he got him, struck him out. Strikeout number 1 for Kingman. He had 52 of them in 81. I do not believe Brian Kingman was related to Dave Kingman in any way. If anybody could check that, please let me know. I do not know if they were related. I am not certain. I didn't get a chance to check myself. Center fielder Mickey Rivers, Mick the Quick, 286 average, 3 homers, 26 RBIs for the Rangers in 81. Kingman with the pitch. 5-6, strikeout, 17, no. Rivers, 5-5, and that's going to be a ground out to first. 2 outs. And the next batter is the Ranger designated hitter, Al Oliver. 309 average, 4 homers, 55 RBIs that year. Kingman, a 6-3, strikeout 1, got him. Kingman does a good job, and that is his second strikeout. Strikes out 2 of the 3. And 1, 2, 3, go the Rangers. No score after 1. As we will go to the top of the second. The Rangers go ahead. The Rangers have a half-game lead on the Angels for third. California right behind them. Oakland trying to win this division will probably clinch it, I would say, sometime next week. The way things are going. Top of the second, first baseman Jim Spencer leads off for the A's, and he had a 188 average, 4 homers, 13 RBIs. Hough with the pitch. 6-3, hit by pitch. 11 is a negative. Spencer will swing the bat. 4-3, and that's going to be a ground out to short. One quick out there. Here's third baseman Wayne Gross, 206 average, 10 homers, 31 RBIs. Hough will make the pitch. A 2-1 against a lefty. That's going to be an automatic out, and it will be a ground out to third. 2 away. We will now see the catcher, Mike Heath. Heath, a 236 average, 8 homers, and 30 RBIs. Heath, a very good catcher, not great at the plate, but he was very good at the position that year in 81. Hough with the pitch, 4-6, that's a range play. Heath will swing, 2-2, and that's going to be a fly ball to left field. That's hit to Tom Poquette once again. His range is a 3, that is a 3, he makes the catch, and that will retire the side as he gets it on the run and takes another hit away from the Athletics. 1-2-3 goes Oakland as we go to the bottom of the second. Texas won this game 12-2. They had 18 hits in this matchup. We'll see if they get that many hits tonight. Leading off for the Rangers, third baseman Buddy Bell, 294 average, 10 homers, 64 RBIs in 81. Kingman, let's see what he's got. 2-4. That's at the park. Arlington Stadium says 1-5, and that's going to be a fly out to center. And that is the first out. Next up is the first baseman, Pat Putnam. 266 average, 8 homers, 35 RBIs. Putnam played in a lot of games for the Rangers. He played in 95 of them. So he's pretty much a regular, although this is the first time I think I've had him on the board as a starter. Kingman, 1-1, range play. Putnam, 5-4. That's a ground ball to second base. That ball is hit to Dave McKay. His range is a 2, and that's a 3. It'll get by him for a single. A base hit for Putnam as he smacks it past McKay, and he will hold at first. Next batter, left fielder Tom Poquette. 152 average, 7 RBIs, pretty much a September call-up. He only played in 33 games for the Rangers that year. Putnam on at first, double play depth is called, and nothing happening there. Kingman will make the pitch, and that is a 2-4. That's at the park. Arlington Stadium, 4-5. Base hit, center field for Poquette. He comes through with a single into center. Putnam's base running rating is a 1. Single to center to get to third. -1 is a 0. Dwayne Murphy of Oakland has a -1 arm, so there's no way Putnam can get to third. He will automatically stop at second. A base hit for Poquette. And now the Rangers are in business. And now we'll see the catcher, Jim Sundberg. 277 average, 3 homers, 28 RBIs that year. Runners now at first and second. Anything happening on the bases? The 16 is a no. Kingman doesn't have any pickoff rating at all. Kingman with the pitch. 6-1. Again with the range play. Sundberg 5-6. And that is a base hit to right field. It's going to be a range play, though, for Tony Armis. His range is a 4. That's a 6. He won't get it. It's a single to right. Base hit for Sundberg. Let's see if Putnam can come in to score. His base running rating is a 1. On a single to right to get to home, +1 is a 2. Armis has a -1 arm, so it's a 1. So a Putnam will score. A 2 to 5, he holds at third. A 6 could be out with let's see here. Armis is a -1 arm. So a 6-1 to 4 on the white die, he could be out. It is a 4, so Putnam will stay at third. He will not come around. And the bases are loaded here for the Rangers. As the fans here are cheering on a little bit. And a good hitter for the Rangers coming up next, right fielder Leon Roberts, 279 average, 4 homers, 31 RBIs. So the Rangers have ducks on the pond, 1 out, and they are going to call for a regular double play. They're going to call a regular double play, which means Pat Putnam, his base running rating is a 0, but he would score if they don't get it. So let's see what happens on the bases. Nothing. Kingman will pitch to Roberts. 1 out, bottom of the second. Kingman's pitch. 4-5, strikeout 8. Got him. Big K by Kingman. Strikeout number 3. And now there are 2 outs. Next up for the Rangers, shortstop Mark Wagner. 259 average, a homer, 14 RBIs. Wagner was a utility shortstop for the Rangers that year. Bases are loaded. That is an 18, nothing happening. Can Kingman get out of this jam? 2 outs. Kingman with the pitch. 1-3. It's a blank. Wagner 2-6, and it's a fly ball to right field. Armis is going to get to it, and he will put it away for the out, and that will end the inning. No runs, 3 hits, as the Rangers cannot bring in anybody, and it stays no score after 2. The Rangers need this game more than the A's do, with the A's having a 7.5 game lead in the division, with the Angels a half game back at Texas. At this moment, the Rangers definitely need to win because California could overtake them in 10-minute ticker. Top of the third, leading off for the A's, will be their second baseman, Dave McKay, 263 average, 4 homers, and 21 RBIs that year. Hough will make the pitch. 4-2, strikeout 15, no, just a little too high. McKay, 4-6, and that's going to be a ground out to second. 1 quick out. Batter now is the shortstop, Rob Piccolo, 268 average, 4 homers, 13 RBIs. Piccolo will make the pitch, accept the pitch. Hough, 1-2, strikeout 10, got him! He struck out Piccolo. Second strikeout for Hough. He had 69 of them in 81. And now, of course, Mr. Henderson. Henderson got a base hit his first time up. He is 1 for 1. Greatest leadoff hitter in baseball history. Hough with the pitch. 5-5. That's at the park. Arlington Stadium, 4-4. Base hit, left field. That's a single for Henderson. Henderson gets his second hit of the game, and he will hold at first. The batter will be Murphy. I'll probably send Henderson, try to get him into scoring position. See what he gets. Henderson needs an 11 to get the jump, and it's a 12. He does not. And I don't do hit and runs with 2 outs. Hough will make the pitch. 6-2. Wild pitch 1 easily puts Henderson on second base. A wild pitch by Hough. First wild pitch thrown by him, and now Henderson goes to scoring position. A 5 or lower, he can get to third. That is a 3, but I'll keep him at second base. That's fine. 2 outs. Hough will now make the pitch again. 6-5. That's a range play. Murphy, 2-5. That's a base hit to right field, single to right, but a range play for Leon Roberts. His range is a 4. Does he take a hit away from Murphy? No, he doesn't. That's a 6. It's going to drop, and that should score Henderson. Henderson's base running rating is a 6 with 2 outs. Single to right, +1 is 7. And +1 is 7. Roberts has a 0 arm. There's no way they're going to get the speedy Henderson. He doesn't even have to slide it at home. That's an RBI single for Murphy. And that wild pitch definitely makes a difference, and the A's get on the board 1-0. Jeff Gotts joins us here at Arlington Stadium. Haven't seen you there in a while there, Jeff. Good to see you once again. Murphy gets an RBI single. The batter now is Johnson. Johnson 0 for 1. Murphy is stealing threat of his own. But the 4, he does get the jump. And what question am I going to send him here? 14 plus 1 is 15. Sundberg minus 2 is 13. You know what? Henderson is one thing. Murphy's another. I'm going to let Johnson swing here. Hough with the pitch. 3-5 against a righty. Strikeout plus 11 will get Johnson, and that will retire the side. Third strikeout by Hough, but the A's get on the board first. 1 run, 2 hits, and a wild pitch. They lead 1-0 going into the bottom of the third. In this key matchup in the AL West. Leading off for Texas will be Bump Wills. He's 0 for 1. Athletics and the Rangers. Rangers fighting only a half game ahead for third. Athletics, their magic number is 12 to clinch the AL West. Kingman, 3-6. Home run chance. Bump Wills is a switch hitter hitting from the left side. A 1-7, he's got a chance. The 7 is good. Now, against a righty, Wills has a 2, but a -1 at the ballpark. The only way Wills can hit this ball out of here is on a 1. He got an 11. It's a blank. No good. Kingman makes a mistake. Wills can't take advantage of it, and it's a 4-2, but he does get enough of it to get a base hit past the second baseman for a single. So Wills doesn't get the homer, but he does get a single. They'll be happy with that. Here's Rivers. Rivers is 0 for 1. Infield at double play depth. Wills is a threat to steal, but the 16 is too high. Kingman with the pitch. 6-2. Strikeout 18. No good. Rivers 1-3. Single into right field for Rivers. That's a base hit. Wills' base running rating is a 5. Single to right +2, 7. Armis -1, 6. Not going to be a throw. Wills will easily make third with his speed. And now the Rangers are in business here with 2 back-to-back leadoff singles. The batter now is Oliver. Oliver 0 for 1. And let's see. Oliver does ground out in the double plays. The A's are going to play normal double play depth, or will they go try to cut Wills down? Let's see here. Do I want to have them play infield in, or I'm going to have him play the infield back. Wills, with that kind of speed, if I send him, I think if you're the A's, I play the infield back, give up the run, and get the 2 outs. Checking strategy roll first. That is a 9. Rivers does not get the jump. Kingman with the pitch. 5-6. Strikeout 20. Not a chance. Oliver, 3-5. That's going to be a ground ball to short, and they will try to turn 2. Oliver, 3-0-4. Second base is McKay. He has a 0 arm. A 1-4. Oakland turns a double play. It is a 4, and they do. 2 outs. Oliver grounds out into the 6-4-3. There are 2 down. However, Bump Wills does come in to score, and we're tied at 1. So the strategy does work. They give up the run. They do give up the run, but it is a double play, 6-4-3, and they're now 2 down. Next batter is Bell. Bell is 0 for 1. 2 outs. Tied at 1 here. Kingman will make the pitch. 6-4. Hit by pitch. 17, no. Bell, 3-3, and that's a ground ball to third. That'll get taken care of by Gross, and he will throw to first to retire the side. Rangers get a run on their own, 1 run on 2 hits, and we are tied at 1 after 3. As Jeff Gotts says, what do you think about Oliver Hall of Fame? Very underrated player, 27, almost 2,800 hits, 303 career hitter, hit 312 seasons, lost ABS in 81. Well, you know what? Let's have a quick look at him through Baseball Reference. Timeout on the field here, real quick, as I can bring that up very fast. Let's see here. 1968 to 7-time All-Star, won a batting title, 3 Silver Sluggers, 219 home runs, 303 batting average, 2,700 hits. You know what? If you want to put him in the Hall of Fame, I won't argue. Hall of the very good, definitely, no doubt about it. But if you want to put him in the Hall of Fame, he did hit over 300, and he had almost 2,000 hits. You know what? I'll buy it. Fine. I'll buy it. You want to put him in the Hall? I won't argue. I will not have a problem with it. Not with those stats. Top of the 4th, leading off for the A's will be Tony Armis. Armis is 0 for 1. Hough will make the pitch. 6-4, walk plus 16. No, that's going to be too high. Armis would be a 15, -3 is a 12. He won't walk. Armis gets the swing, 4-4, and he's going to have to settle for a fly out to left. Second time Armis has flown out. Here's Spencer. Spencer is 0 for 1. Spencer did not start with the A's early in the start of this year. I believe Spencer started as a Yankee. I'm not sure. I don't remember what team he was on. But, of course, I did have him when he played, though. Hough with the pitch. 6-4. Walk plus 17. That's going to be too high. Spencer would make that an 18, but -3 is a 15. Spencer doesn't walk. 3-3, and he just grounds out to third. Wow, Hough with that tough pitch of his, but right now the A's batters are not taking bases. Here's Gross. Gross is 0 for 1. Hough will make the pitch. 4-1. That's a pitcher result. Gross a lefty. A 1-6 is an automatic out. The 7 is high. Gross 3-1, and he just hit the lazy fly ball to left field. Coming over to get it will be Poquette, and he will put it away. And 1-2-3 go the A's. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Yeah, naturally hits into a double play. I have no problem. You want to put Al Oliver in the Hall? I will not argue. Leading off for the Rangers will be Pat Putnam. Putnam got a single his first time up, so he's 1 for 1. Kingman with the pitch. 1-2. Error on a throw. Putnam 4-5, and that's going to be a fly out to right. There won't be an error, obviously, on a fly ball, so out number 1. Here's Poquette. Poquette is also 1 for 1, singled his first time up. Yes, BBBB, Bill Madlock was also underrated in that era. Again, Bill Madlock, I think Oliver may have had better stats than Madlock did, but if you want to put Madlock in the Hall, I just don't think you can argue that either. Kingman with the pitch. 1-2. Again, an error on a throw. Poquette, 3-1. That's a ground ball to second. That ball is hit to McKay. His error rating is a 9. That's a 3. He throws wide, and Spencer's range is a 3, and he will not get it, and that's going to go into the dugout. Paquette's base running rating is a 2. Does he take second? No, he does not. He decides not to go to second base, and that is going to be an E4. That is an error on McKay. And that is the first error on the A's. They had 2 errors historically in this game. That's their first. So the Rangers get a base runner due to an error. And now the batter is Sundberg. Sundberg is 1 for 1. Phuket really not a threat to do anything. Still rolling Strat? No. Kingman will make the pitch to Sunberg after the error. 2-4. That's at the park. Arlington Stadium, 2-4. And that's going to be a fly out to left. And out number 2. Kingman pretty much more a fly out pitcher than he is a ground out pitcher. And 2 down. 2 outs now for Roberts. Roberts is 0 for 1. And let's see if Phuket doing anything. Nope. Kingman will make the pitch to Roberts now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch for Kingman. 5-2. Error on a grounder. Roberts 2-5. And that is a ground ball. That's a ground ball to third. That ball is hit to Wayne Gross. His error rating is a 12. That's a 9, and he can't handle it. And it gets away from him, and that's going to be an error on the third baseman. Well, Oakland did have 2 errors in this game. That's your second one, and that is an E5. And Kingman looking at his team like, hey, guys, did you somehow forget to know how to play baseball here? Second error on Oakland and 2 errors in the inning, and that will keep the inning alive and a chance for Mark Wagner. Wagner is 0 for 1. Wow, 2 errors on Oakland. Better tidy it up here in the bottom of the 4th. Kingman can't believe it. He should be out of the inning. The 16 is no good for anything. Kingman will make the pitch. 4-6. That's a blank. Wagner, can he come through the hit? 2-1. Yes, he does. He's hit right back through the box. It's a single past the pitcher. Phuket's base running rating is a 2 with 2 outs. With 2 outs becomes a 3. Coming around from second, he will score. Rangers take a 2-1 lead. Roberts' base running rating is a 4, and he will make third with 2 outs there. With a big hit for the Rangers, and the errors bite the A's in the butt. Stadium cheers. Yay! Mark Wagner, an RBI single. That does bring in a run. 2-1 Rangers now. Kingman can't believe it, as he really feels he should be out of this inning. But nope, the bad defense by Oakland does pay a price. And with 2 outs, the batter now is Wills. Wills is 1 for 2 with a single. Wagner a threat to do something, but not on that 9. Kingman will make the pitch to Wills. 6-2, strikeout 10. He got him. Struck out Wills, and that will retire the side. And that is strikeout number 4 for Kingman. 1 run on 1 hit and 2 big errors. And the Rangers have a 2-1 lead now after 4. What a tough inning for Brian Kingman. Should have got out of it, but 2 errors already here on the Athletics. Will their defense hurt them in the playoffs? I'm pretty sure we will find that out. Top of the 5th inning here. Leading off for the A's will be Mike Heath. They are the swinging A's, but in that last inning, they get F's. Heath is 0 for 1. Hough will make the pitch. 5-2, error on a grounder. Heath, 5-4, and that's not going to be an error. That's going to be a slow rolling grounder to third. Heath's base running rating is a 2. That is picked up by Bell. Throws to first, and Heath is out of there. Out number 1, and that is a ground out to third. So Heath will get thrown out at first, did not have the speed. And now the batter is McKay, and he gets a sarcastic cheer here from Texas for making one of the errors in the last inning. McKay is 0 for 1. Hough, a 5-2, again error on a grounder. McKay, 2-1, and that's a ground ball to second. That ball is hit to bump Wills. His error rating is a 5. That's a 17. He's got it, and he'll toss it over to first for the out. 2 down. Next batter is Piccolo. Piccolo is 0 for 1. Is this the same Mark Wagner who played for Tigers? I never realized he played for Rangers. Maybe. I'm not sure. But yes, Mark Wagner. I'm not sure if that's the same guy, but you can check to see. Hough with the pitch. 4-3. Strikeout 7. Got him. Struck out Piccolo for strikeout number 4 for Hough. And 1, 2, 3 go the A's. Halfway through the game, 2-1 Rangers as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Kingman hoping he gets better defense here in this inning. Mickey Rivers leads off, and he is 1 for 1. Kingman gets set and ready to make the deal. And 4-1, that is blank. Rivers, 5-3, and that's a ground out to second. 1 quick out. Here's Oliver. Oliver is 0 for 2. Kingman, 5-2, error on a grounder. Oliver, 6-2, and that's a line drive it right to second. McKay will glove it out, number 2. So Oliver hit it hard, but right at McKay. The batter now is Bell, and he's 0 for 2. Lena Young joins us here at Arlington Stadium. Kingman will make the pitch. 2-3. That is a possible error. Bell will swing. 4-5. And that is a fly ball to center field. That ball is hit to Dwayne Murphy. His error rating is a 3. That's a 3. He just plain dropped it in the outfield. I can't believe it. A fly ball to center field. Murphy with an error rating of 3, and that is a 3, and he will drop it. Buddy Bell rounding first, and on a drop fly ball, Bell rounding first on his way to second. And with a base running rating of 4, that is a 3, and he will take second base on the drop fly ball. Bell goes to second, and he will hold there. Oh my, an E8, and that is the 3rd error on the Athletics. So they had 2 errors historically in this game. They got 3. Big Clue joins us here at Arlington Stadium. Buddy Bell gets on second with an error, and King his glove into the mound saying, can somebody please defense? We're leading this division, and right now we're playing like we belong in AAA. Here's Putnam. Putnam is 1 for 2. 2 outs. Kingman, that should have been an out, and he knows that as well. 3rd error on Oakland. And we're only in the 5th. Rolling a strategy die. 17, nothing happening. Bell staying put. Kingman will make the pitch. 2-3. Again with a possible error. Putnam swings 1-5. And that's a ground ball to second base. That's hit to McKay. His error rating is a 9. He will not make an error. That's an 11. McKay's got it. Throws to first to retire the side. And Kingman storms off that mound. No runs, no hits. There was 1 error. It remains 2-1. Athletics forgot out. Right now, the Athletics are not being very athletic. Jeff Gott says, Rob Piccolo, special plays, collected cards in 79. Piccolo was in every other pack I opened. Had 17 of him. Later became an MLB coach. Yeah, he was a common card back in 1979 when I was collecting baseball cards back in that time. Top of the 6th, best leadoff hitter in baseball history, Ricky Henderson leads off. He's 2 for 2, and so far he's proving me right. Hough with the pitch. 1-2, strikeout 1. Not this time. Henderson does go down on strikes. And that is strikeout number 5 for Hough. One man down. The batter is Murphy. He gets some jeers from the Arlington crowd for the error. Murphy is 1 for 2. Hough will make the pitch. 1-5. Home run chance. Murphy a lefty. A 1-7 against the left-handed batter. The 5 is good. Against the righty, Murphy's a 17. -1 from the stadium is a 16. A 1-16. Murphy ties this game up. Kaboom! High, deep, gone. Tie game. Murphy solo home run. Charlie Hough pitched Murphy a meatball, and Murphy put the lasagna and the tomato sauce on it and turned that into. Oh, Mr. Hough. Murphy makes up for that error in a big way with a solo bomb, and we're tied at 2. Here's Johnson. The pitch. 3-5 against the righty, strikeout plus. That 20 will get him, struck him out, because Johnson's a 16, becomes a 26, and he will be out on strikes. 2 down, and that's strikeout number 6 for Hough. So 2 down now for Armis. Armis 0 for 2. He has flown out twice. Hough will make the pitch. 5-5. That's at the park. Arlington Stadium, 6-1, and that's going to be grounded to first. Putnam will take care of that, and he'll tag the bag, and that will retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit, a solo bomb by Dwayne Murphy ties this game. He makes up for his error as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Leading off for the Rangers will be Tom Poquette. And he is 1 for 2, singled and reached. Kingman hoping his team can play some defense. Kingman's pitch. 1-5. That's at the park. Stadium 3-4. And that's a ground out to third. And 1 out there. Next up is Sundberg. Sundberg 1 for 2. Kingman gave up 2 runs, and none of them are earned. So he has given up no earned runs because the 2 runs that came in were on errors. So he doesn't get any. Actually, there was 1 run he did give up, which is earned. 1 was not. Kingman with the pitch. 4-1, blank. Sundberg. 2-1, and that's a base hit right past Kingman. Sundberg has a single. That's Sundberg's second hit of the game, and he will hold it first. Next up is Roberts. Roberts is 0 for 2, but he reached on an error. 2 outs, infield double play, depth. Yes, I remember that 75 Topps card. Sundberg does have stealing chance. That 2, though, is no good, and I'm not going to hit and run here. I'm going to let Roberts hit. Pitch from Kingman. 1-1. Range play. Roberts. 4-1. That's a fly ball to center field. That's hit to Murphy. His range is a 4. That's a 4. He makes the catch. Out number 2. And Sundberg will head back to first. Nice play on the run by Dwayne Murphy. 2 down. Chance now for Wagner. Wagner is 1 for 2. Sundberg not doing anything at first. Kingman getting set to make the pitch. Kingman will be tired after Wagner. Pitch from Kingman. 6-5. That is a blank. Wagner. 5-5. That's a fly ball to center field. Murphy doesn't have to make a range play this time. He will get to it and retire the side. So no runs and a hit for the Rangers. And we are tied at 2 after 6. Oh, yes, 300 Hall of Fame wins. Absolutely there, Jeff, on with Negro, Hough, and Carlton. Oh, absolutely. What a lineup that was. What a lineup there on in Texas and Cleveland in '87. Absolutely. Tie game here, moving into the top of the seventh, tied at 2. Hough will continue to pitch. He still has he still has gas left in the tank. Leading off for the A's will be Jim Spencer. Spencer is 0 for 2. Hough, he'll make the pitch. 6-3, hit by pitch, 10, no. Spencer, a 3-1 base hit into left field. That's a single for Spencer, and he will hold it first. Spencer gets a big hit, and he will hold there. And that's the 5th hit for the A's so far. Spencer on it first. The batter is Gross. Spencer, the only way he can go is on a hit and run, and with a stolen base rating of 20. Infield a double play depth. The only way they can get a hit and run here would be let's see, 2. Spencer has an H, so you just go the +2, hit and run against righties. Needs a 5 or lower to get the hit and run try. He doesn't get it. That's a 6, no hit and run. Hough will make the pitch. 2-1 against the lefty. It's an automatic out, and that's going to be a fly out to left, out number 1. Nice pitch by Hough to get Gross out. 1 down. Now the batter is Heath. He's 0 for 2. And Heath could go for a hit and run as well. Again, a 5 or lower is needed. That is a 3, and I'm going to do it. Heath with a 236 average. 1 out. I usually don't like doing hit and runs with 1 man out. I'm going to call that off. Spencer on it first. Hough with the pitch. 3-5 against a righty. Strikeout +4. Got him. He would have struck him out. That probably could have been a strikeout. Throw him out. So struck him out there. That is strikeout number 7 for Hough, and Spencer stays put, out number 2, as I did not call the hit and run. 2 outs now for McKay. McKay is 0 for 2. Anything on strategy? That is a 2, no. And I don't call hit and runs with 2 outs. Hough will make the pitch to McKay. Can the A's get something out of this? 4-3, strikeout 14, swing and a miss, struck him out. He gets McKay on a K. Strikeout number 8 for Hough. He's doing it in this one. No runs, a hit for the Athletics. Still tied at 2, and we are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I will be right back. Don't forget, we have 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. And now, of course, remember, we're now doing only 2 days per baseball game, not 3 anymore, as we're now halfway through September. Our next game will be September 17th, and we got a big matchup again in the National League West. The Atlanta Braves will take on the Los Angeles Dodgers. It will be Rick Mailer for Atlanta and Fernando Valenzuela once again for the Dodgers. Atlanta and the Dodgers, a big game out there. The Braves right now trail the Dodgers by 2 games for first place in the NL West. And depending upon 10-minute ticker, we'll see where they're at after tomorrow. So back to Dodger Stadium we go. The Braves and the Dodgers, once again, these 2 teams will face off against each other, as I believe we already had these 2 play. And I think, let's see, I'll check real quick. I think we already did have the Braves and the Dodgers a while ago, did we? Let's see here. Did we? Probably. Yes, we did. It was Atlanta and the Dodgers. In that game, it was Gaylord Perry against Fernando Valenzuela. In this game, it will be Rick Mahler against Fernando Mania. So you'll join us for that one. I hope tomorrow, Atlanta and the Dodgers, big matchup in the NL West. Does everyone remember the first pitching matchup you saw in person? I was very, very young, but I went to a game at Shea Stadium. I was taken by a friend of my mom's back in I believe it was 1972, and it was a game between the Mets and the Astros. On the mound for the Astros was J.R. Richard, and on the mound for the Mets was Tom Seaver. But of course, I was so young. I was only 3 years old, but I do remember that game I went to barely. But I know when I checked the date, I noticed it was Richard versus Seaver. I don't remember the exact date of the game. I have to double check it. But that was the first baseball game I ever went to. Bottom of the 7th, tied at 2. And leading off for the Rangers is Bump Wills. And that's going to be it for Kingman. He is tired, and Oakland will go to the bullpen. And I think they're going to bring out a lefty here. So let's see who it's going to be. Coming on to pitch for the Oakland Athletics will be Bob Ochinko. 4 wins, 3 losses, 2 saves, a 3.20 ERA, 3.20 ERA. Bob Ochinko will take over for Oakland, as he will become the second pitcher for the Athletics. I feel bad for Brian Kingman. He cannot get the win. Bottom of the 7th, and I bet Steeler fans said rigged. I do know that the Mets did win that game. I know the Mets did win the game. I have to check it. It was 72 or 73. I have to look. Ochinko will make the pitch to Wills here. And 5-5. Home run chance. Again, could be tough, though. Wills a switch hitter hitting from the right side. A 1-4, and the 7 is too high. Wills will swing. 5-4, and that's going to be a ground out to second. So Ochinko does not make a mistake. This does not make a mistake, and Wills just grounds out. 1 man down, and here is Mick the Quick. Rivers is 1 for 3. Although he was not as quick in 81 as he was early in the 70s. Ochinko, 3-2, strikeout 11, too high. Rivers, 1-5, and that's a ground out to first, and that will be the second out. So far, Ochinko doing the job he was called upon to do. Here's Oliver. Oliver 0 for 3. Ochinko sets in, ready to deal. And 4-6, that's at the park. Arlington Stadium, 3-4, and that's a ground ball to third. That'll get picked up by Wayne Gross, and he will toss it to first easily and retire the side. Nice job by Ochinko. A 1-2-3 inning on the Rangers, and we're still tied at 2 after 7. As I said, the Rangers historically won this game 12-2. It does not look like it's going to get to that kind of score. Top of the 8th, Charlie Hough has 3 more batters he can face. He's going to stay out there. And leading off for Oakland will be Rob Piccolo. He'll bat .268 average. Why not? Piccolo, though, is 0 for 2. He struck out twice. Hough with the pitch. 5-1, strikeout 18, not this time. Piccolo, 5-4, and that's going to be a ground out to third. One quick out there. Next up is Henderson. Henderson, 2 for 3, 2 singles, a stolen base. Hough wants to keep him off the bases. 2-3. That's a blank. He is not tired yet. Henderson. And one of the guys decided to go there. Suadice, I'll re-roll. Henderson, 4-3, and a liner hit right back to Hough, and he snares it, out number 2. Henderson hit that hard, but right at Hough. He put up his glove, probably saved his chest. And that is the second out. Now the batter is Murphy. Murphy hit a bomb his last time up. He is 2 for 3, a single and a homer. Hough will pitch to him. 2 outs. Fans here at Arlington hoping Hough can finish the job. Pitch from Hough, 5-6. Strikeout, he's not tired yet. Strikeout, 15, and he got him, struck him out. Strikeout number 9 for Hough, and 1, 2, 3 go the A's. And now Hough is tired, and I'm going to take him out now because he definitely will not be pitching the 9th inning. So nothing across for Oakland. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Leading off for the Rangers will be Buddy Bell. They have right, left. Ochenko is going to stay out there. Bell is 0 for 3. He did reach on an error his last time up. Ochenko, he'll make the pitch. 6-2, range play. Bell. 1-1 against the lefty. That is a base hit past the shortstop, but it's a range play. It's up to Rob Piccolo to make it. His range is a 3. That's a 5. It'll get past him, and it will be a single for Bell. Bell just hits it out of Piccolo's range. And now the batter is Putnam. Putnam 1 for 3. He'll bat. Infield a double play depth. And Bell, Ochenko does have pickoff chance. And nothing happening there on the 17. Bell on it first. Ochenko will make the pitch. 4-3. That's a blank. He's not tired. Putnam will swing. 6-5. And that's a fly ball to left field for out number 1. One man down. And now the batter is Poquet. Poquet is 1 for 3. Singled and reached on an error. Ochenko will pitch to him. He will be tired after Poquet, though. Anything for Bell on the bases? That is a 2-no, and I'm not going to hit and run here. Well, maybe with 1 out, I usually don't do hit and runs here, but Poquet does ground out into double plays. That was a 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. Poquet should not strike out on 1s. I'm going to call a hit and run, although I usually don't do it with 1 out. Hit and run is on. Ochenko. 3-3 against the lefty. Strikeout plus. Oh, boy, that's the one thing he didn't need. Strikeout plus. So Poquet becomes an 11. That's a 7, and Poquet is struck out. Bell on his way to second. Stolen base rating is a 10. Minus 1 is 9. Minus 2 for a failed hit and run is 7. And the catcher, Heath, minus 2 is a 5. The only way Bell is safe at second is on a 5. And it's a 20, and he is out he is a dead duck. He doesn't even get even close to second. Struck him out, throw him out, inning over. No runs, a hit for the Rangers. As Poquet strikes out, Ochenko makes a gorgeous pitch to get Poquet, and Bell is a dead duck at second. He didn't have a prayer. He was out. Matter of fact, he didn't even decide to slide. He just said, "Yeah, I'm out. Tag me." And the play was made by the shortstop Piccolo, who tagged him out, and that will end the inning. Ugh. Boy, that hit and run couldn't have gone any worse. We are tied after 8, tied at 2. Will we see some 9th inning magic in the top of the 9th? Leading off for the Athletics will be Cliff Johnson. He's the DH, and he will bat with a 260 average. They got right, left. I think the Rangers will go with a right-hander here. And they're going to bring out they're one of their best their closer, pretty much out of the bullpen. Coming on to pitch for the Rangers will be Steve Comer. 8 wins, 2 losses, 6 saves, a 2.56 ERA. And Comer can pitch to 9 batters, which is actually pretty good. We'll see how long he can go. Cliff Johnson leads off for the A's, tied at 2, top of the 9th. Comer with the pitch. 4-3. That's at the park. Arlington Stadium, 3-3. And that's going to be a base hit, a single plus to left field. Johnson rounding first. He has to try for second. It's a hit to left field. Johnson's base running rating is a 2. The left fielder for the Rangers, Bocchetti, has a 0 arm. So, a 1-2, Johnson will make second. 3-5, he holds. A 6, possible out. It is a 4, he holds it first, and Johnson will be happy with a base hit. Johnson gets his first hit of the game. He was 0 for 3 before that. And the batter now is Armis. Armis will bat. He is 0 for 3. Johnson on at first. Infield goes to double play depth. I am still rolling a strat. Johnson does have not much of a stealing threat. The 5 means no. And Armis is not, and we're not going to do a hit and run here. Al, Red Sox fan, King of the Hill, joins us here at Arlington Stadium. What can I say about Al, Red Sox fan? What can I say? Only that he is the master of everything. He is the ultimate, the spectacular, the incredible, the invincible, the indefatigable, the invulnerable, the unbelievable Al Red Sox fan. If you guys don't know anything about him, what dimension have you been living in? Please check out it, man's channel. There is just nobody who does it better. He is the James Bond of this hobby. Johnson on it first. Armis at the plate. And we'll see here, top of the 9th. And Comer's going to pitch. Comer with the pitch, 5-1. That's a range play. Armis will swing, 3-6. It's a fly ball to right field. That ball is hit to Leon Roberts. His range is a 4. Can he make the catch? Yes, he can. Out number 1. Nice play by Roberts. Oh, good thing he made that play. As G-Puck joins us here also at Arlington Stadium. Another great channel that there is out there. It comes to awesome when it's hockey. Johnson on it first. Spencer now is the batter. He is 1 for 3. Spencer, however, I do not think I'm going to have him bat. It is the 9th inning. So let's see if I can make a change here. It's the 9th inning. I can bring in anybody, but I got to tell you right now, Oakland's bench is blah. Their bench is not good. Let's see. Well, Spencer's going to come out of the game. Taking over at first base is going to be, I think I'll save the other guy for later. I'm going to bring in Jeff Newman, and he's going to pinch hit. Got a little better average, and he will take over at first. He doesn't have the range that Spencer has, but he will take over at first. So that's going to be Newman. And he is a 2-3. Maybe a little better in error. So here's Jeff Newman pinch hitting for Spencer. 231 average, 3 homers, and 15 RBIs. Infield still at double play depth. Nothing on the strategy. Johnson stays put. Comer will make the pitch. 5-1. Again with the range play. Can Newman hit it where they ain't? Newman a 5-3. That's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Wagner. His error rating is, his range is a 2, but at double play depth, his range is a 1. Can he make the play? It is a 3. No. Base hit for Newman. Right past short. Johnson's base running rating is a 2. He will not make third. He holds it second. But Newman gets a base hit and puts a base runner in scoring position. Nice job by Newman. Now the batter is Wayne Gross. And Gross is 0 for 3. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do a pinch hitter for him as well. And it can be anybody. So coming on to pinch hit for Gross and take over at third base is going to be Mickey Klutz. 370 average, 5 homers, 11 RBIs. Klutz will take over at third. Pretty much a September call-up, but a good September call-up. And he can really put this game out, can really help the A's put it away, or at least give him the lead. So here's Mickey Klutz. Again, one of the best names in baseball history. Yes, great baseball name, Mickey Klutz. Runners at first and second. Comer will pitch to him. 1 out still. Infield still at double play depth. Tied at 2. A's trying to take a lead here. We will roll the strategy. That is a 12. Nothing happening. Comer concentrating on Klutz. Pitch. 6-2. Strikeout 3. Got him. Struck him out. Oh, boy, what a pitch by Comer. Struck out Klutz. Oh, that's a chance by the board, and now it's up to Heath. Infield normal. Mike Heath, he will bat even though he is 0 for 3. He's a good catcher. So now can Heath come through here for the Athletics? Runners at first and second still. 2 outs. Anything on base? No. Comer will pitch to Heath. Fans here at Arlington hoping that Comer can come through. Pitch from Comer. 4-6. That's a blank. Heath will swing. 1-4. Line drive right back to Comer. He snares it. Side retired. Stadium cheers. Yay! No runs. 2 hits for Oakland. Runners at first and second, but Comer gets it done. Newman will take over at first base. Heath stays at catcher. And Klutz is now at third. Will we see some bottom of the 9th inning magic? Jim Sundberg leads off for the Rangers. That's it for Ochenko. They have 3 righties coming up. Oakland will go to the bullpen, and they will bring out a right-hander, and that is going to be Jeff Jones. 4 wins, a loss, 3 saves, a 3.39 ERA. Jeff Jones, the third A's pitcher. Sundberg will lead off the bottom of the 9th. Fans here at Arlington Stadium. Texas needs this win more than Oakland does, depending on what California does behind the Rangers in the ticker. Jones with the pitch. 6-5. That's a pitcher result. Sundberg, a righty. Nothing there. That's an automatic blank. Sundberg, 1-3. And that's a ground out to first. Out number 1. 1 man down. And now the batter is Roberts. Roberts is 0 for 3. Jones will make the pitch. 3-1. Strikeout 12. That's too high. Roberts. 4-3. And that's a ball hit to center field. That's a 14 against the righty. It just gets in there, and it goes to the deepest part of Arlington Stadium. Roberts rounding second, going into third, slides, safe, triple, Leon Roberts. Holy cow. Stadium cheers. Yay! Leon Roberts gets a triple in the deepest part of Arlington Stadium. He just got it. Jones can't believe it. The winning run is 90 feet away. The next batter is Mark Wagner, and he is the shortstop. I'm going to check the Texas bench. Do I want to pinch hit for him? And the answer to that question is going to be, well, Wagner not, nope. The answer to the question is going to be yes. Wagner's going to come out, and coming on to pinch hit for the Rangers will be Bill Stein. He has a .330 average, 2 homers, and 22 RBIs. Of course, infield in his call. Stein will take over at shortstop. Not really good at that position, although he can't really make any errors. No range there, so the Rangers are going to go all in to see if they can win this game. So Bill Stein will come up to bat. Jones will pitch to him. Infield in. 1 out. Bottom of the 9th, tied at 2. What? Did you expect a 1-2-3 closing inning at RJL 5-1-8? I think not. Jones trying to keep it going here. Stein trying to end it. I am rolling a strategy roll. Nothing happening on the 14. Jones will pitch. 5-5. That's at the park. Arlington Stadium says 6-5, and that will do it. It's a base hit to right field, and that's going to drop in front of Armis, and that will do it. Stein comes in. He gets the single. Roberts will score. Walk-off base hit. Rangers win it. That's your game. Stadium cheers. Yay! A single plus to right field, and that will do it. Stein comes through with a pinch hit base hit to win it in the bottom of the 9th. 9th inning magic strikes again. 1 run on 2 hits as the Rangers get a big win on Oakland tonight. Final line score coming up. For the Rangers, 3 runs on 10 hits and no errors. For the Athletics, 2 runs on 7 hits and 3 errors. Not well played. Steve Comer, he does get the win, and Jeff Jones winds up with the loss. And no save here as the Rangers get their win over Oakland. Historically, this was a 12-2 win for the Rangers, but they go ahead and win it in the bottom of the 9th on a walk-off hit by Bill Stein, a nice walk-off single to win the game for the Rangers. 10-minute ticker is coming up. Don't go away. So no free baseball tonight, although it looked like it was going to be some free baseball. But nope, the Rangers had other plans. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker brought to you by FastScore Baseball of Replay Sports. And we will see you later there, Al Red Sox fan. I can't say enough good about that man. I just can't say enough good about Al Red Sox fan. He was the guy watching him playing his Stratomatic, and I said, you know what? I've always wanted to do something like that. Let me see if I can do it. So like I say, every time he joins me, it's always an honor because he was the main reason why I decided to do this. And of course, people like Baseball Demos and ID Jester came up with the idea for me to use payoff pitch and then inside pitch for the games. Got to give credit. And, of course, Bleacher Bums Gaming as well. Anthony, because of the way his creation of Glory Days boxing, and the way he was doing his baseball, I got to give credit where it's due. Those guys are awesome. And, of course, Uncle Dave Gardner, because he just does everything. Let's get to the 10-minute ticker. We are in September 15th, Kansas City at California. This is an important game. They all are pretty much, really. Kansas City, 366. That's a good start. That's 8. California, a 16-22, and that is 3. So the Royals beat the Angels, and that puts the Angels now a game and a half back at Texas for third. Baltimore at Cleveland. Baltimore, 9-62, and that is 6. The Indians, a 12-44. And that is 5. That's a tough loss for the Indians. You can't be losing to Baltimore. Yankees and Milwaukee. Big series more for the Brewers. Actually, big series, period. Yankees, 11-46. And that is 5. The Brewers, a 12-11. That's a 0. And the Yankees will beat the Brewers. White Sox and the Mariners. White Sox with Kuzman on the mound of all players. Kuzman... an 863, and that's going to be 7 runs for the White Sox. Seattle a 721, and that's 2 runs. The White Sox continue to hold on to second place pretty well, and they actually gain a game on Oakland. Of course, Texas beat Oakland tonight. Minnesota at Toronto. Minnesota 922, and that is 2. Toronto 754, that is 5, and that'll be a win for the Blue Jays. Pittsburgh at the Cubs. Important game for the Pirates. Pittsburgh, 14-61. They're getting the rolls. That's a 7. The Cubs an 11-34. And that's 4. The Pirates take care of business. They beat the Cubs. Cincinnati at Houston. Big series out there also in the National League West. Reds, a 335. And that's 2. Houston, a 731, and that's 3. The Astros will beat the Reds. The Astros will beat the Reds. St. Louis and Montreal, doubleheader. Cardinals, game 1. Cardinals, 951, and that is 5. Expos, an 1142. And that is 4. That's a win for the Expos. Well, that's a win for the Cardinals. I'm sorry. Game 2. Cardinals 11-44, and that's 5. The Expos a 14-46, and that's 5. We have extras between those two. St. Louis rolls a 2. Plus 1 is 3. Expos roll a 6. And that's plus 0 is a 6, and the Expos and the Cardinals will split a twin bill. Dodgers and the Padres. Dodgers 10-66, that's 9. Padres an 8-35, and that's 3, and the Dodgers will win that one. Braves and the Giants. Atlanta 10-42, and that's 4. Giants 7-21, that's 2, and that'll be a win for the Braves. Moving on to September 16th, Detroit at Boston. Big doubleheader between those two. Game 1, Detroit 13-63, and that is 8. Boston a 9-15, and that's 1. So Detroit wins game 1. Game number 2. Detroit a 10-45. That's 5. And Boston a 20-31. That's 5. Wow, they barely got it. And we have a tie. Checking extra innings. Detroit, by both roll a 3. Detroit has a +1 clutch, make them a 4. Boston a +1 clutch, makes them a 4. It's a tie, which means Boston will win it in extras since the tie goes to the home team per the home field advantage. Kansas City at California. Kansas City 12. Wow, both teams roll an 11. Which is pretty much as, let's see, Kansas City a 12-11 is a 0, and California 8-11 is a 0. So both these teams stunk today. Extras between those two. Kansas City rolled a 5, +0 is 5. California rolled a 4, -3 is 1, and that's going to be a win for the Royals. Yankees and the Brewers. Yankees trying to win another division here. Yankees, let's see, Yankees 13-65, they're getting the rolls. That is a 9. Milwaukee a 3-36, that's a 3. And the Yankees, I think the Yankees just took first place from Boston. I'll check the standings for later on. White Sox and Seattle. White Sox 21-23, and that is 4. Mariners a 5-55, and that's 5. Mariners will win a game on the White Sox. Not good for Chicago. Oakland at Texas. Oakland a 9-51, and that's 5. Rangers a 12-21, and that's 2. And the A's will get their win back. Minnesota at Toronto. Minnesota 12-55, and that's 6. The Blue Jays a 6-26, and that's 2. It'll be a win for the Twins. Atlanta and the Dodgers. We have that game tomorrow. Atlanta a 3-21, and that's 1. The Dodgers an 11-26, and that's 3. Dodgers will beat the Braves. Cardinals and the Expos, another doubleheader. So they played a doubleheader on the 15th and a doubleheader on the 16th. And baseball players today are complaining about 7-inning doubleheaders today. Yeah. Cardinals and Expos played a doubleheader one day and then another doubleheader. And today's baseball players are complaining about 2 7-inning doubleheaders, that they don't want to go back to 9 innings. Shut up and play ball. Game 1, St. Louis 12-41, and that is 4. Expos 10-64, that's 7. Expos win that game. Game number 2, Cardinals 15-21, and that's 3. The Expos an 11-31, and that's 3. They tie, so we have another extra inning game. Cardinals roll a 6. Seattle +1 is 7. Montreal rolls a 5 +0, and the Cardinals will win the second game. Philadelphia and the Mets in a doubleheader. My Mets trying to maybe just make some noise, but they're pretty much out of it. They've been out of it. Game 1, Philadelphia 15-65, and that is 9. My Mets a 14-63, and that's 8. They're just going to come up short there. Game number 2, Philadelphia 13-62, and that's 7. The Mets a 0-45, and that's 3. And the Phillies will sweep my Mets in a doubleheader. No happy recap for me tonight. Houston and the Padres. This is a good chance for a series between Houston and San Diego. A short series, as a matter of fact, 2 games. Let's see if Houston can take care of business. Astros 16-43. Yeah, they should do it. That's going to be a 5. The Padres are 331, and that's a 2, and that is a win for the Padres. Cincinnati and the Giants, big series out there now. Cincinnati, 1133, and that is 3. The Giants are 736, and that is also 3. We got a tie. Cincinnati rolls a 5. Their clutch is +4, which makes them a 9. San Francisco rolls a 6. Their clutch is 0. And the Reds will take that game over the Giants. And that is your 10-minute ticker tonight. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be back at Dodger Stadium for a rematch between the Atlanta Braves and the Los Angeles Dodgers. This time it will be Rick Mailer on the mound for the Braves against Fernando Mania of the Dodgers in a big matchup there at the top of the National League West. Join us for that game. That should be a lot of fun. BB, Big Clue, Al Red Sox fan, G Puck, Jeff Gotts. Lena Young, Steeler fan, 1933. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. And make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. The Texas Rangers beat the A's tonight. Walk-off single gives the Rangers the win in the bottom of the ninth, 3-2. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.